What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's me, your boy Iggy, and today we are back in Minecraft over here at the iron farm that we got up last episode. And this thing, although it is great, it is an eyesore. So today, plan is to get this thing decorated. I figured we would just kind of continue the motif we've got going here on the town hall and just kind of bring it over this way. And then maybe just throw another little small tower up above the iron farm to, what's it called? Make sure that the iron golems aren't spawning anywhere. I have it currently turned off so they won't be spawning all over the place while we're trying to build this thing. And then once we've got it done, we'll turn it back on and make sure that nothing's going on. But I did a little bit of AFKing over here, just not even overnight, maybe a few hours. And we've got, that's not supposed to be in there, but we've got all that iron over here. Let's see if we can just dump those in there. I don't know why those are getting stuck. It has something to do with that. I don't know. We'll hope it doesn't back up over time. And then on this side, same thing. This one originally wasn't working at first, but it appears to be doing just fine now. Hopping over to our general everything but spider mob farm over here. Looks like there's somehow a spider spawned in there. No idea how that happened, but whatever. Actually, what floor is that? Just make a marking block right. Be the one above it. It's right there. So that way I know. And I can get in there and fix that later. But if we come down here, we have got a decent amount of gunpowder going already. So between these three chests, there's quite a bit. Got a good amount of bones going. None on that one yet. Rotten flesh, a lot of arrows, and then just miscellaneous stuff that fell into the system as we were, as I was working on it. So yeah, everything's chugging along. You can check out the sugarcane farm here as well. So yeah, that one's almost filled a double chest. So now that we've got the iron farm, we can actually expand this out all the way. So that'll be good. Dripstone. Still no progress. You might think these are new, but I had placed those. Actually, we can just go ahead and grab those and move those over up here. But yeah, no, I don't know why this is not growing. I know it like takes a long time, but I mean, they all have water coming from them, so they should hypothetically be growing. I'm not sure why they're not, but hey, it is what it is. So back to the plans for today. We're going to go ahead and, like I said, get a structure put up around this. Nothing too fancy, basically just going to copy this right here. So I'm going to go step by step, get the bottom in here in like the perimeter. And then once I've got that in, we'll come take a look at it. I'll show you what I did. And we'll move on to the next floor up. Alrighty, so a little progress update. As you can see, I've basically just been duplicating what we've got over here onto this side. Currently working on framing out the second floor, but you know, it's just the usual stairs. You know, we got the slabbers to go in between the stairs now, so we can just, you know, kind of come around and do that. Yeah, leave a little gap right there. Seems nice. Get those in. Boom. So yeah, I'm just going to, well, here, we'll do a couple more of the stairs or the slabs and whatnot just to show what like the little completed bits look like. And then we got our window panes. Just going like that. Lantern goes right there. And yeah, overall, I think it's going to look pretty good. Like I said, we'll just duplicate what we got right there over to here and then kind of connect the roof lines up. I'm thinking for this big open area here, maybe we'll do another tower or some sort of, you know, poke, like a bit that kind of comes out a little bit and then has a slanty pointed roof like that, just maybe not as extreme of a height, so maybe a smaller kind of more gradual point than that. You can see we've got cats lurking everywhere, but I'm going to go ahead and get back to working on this. We'll join back up once I've got a little bit more in, and I'll show you what I've got. Alrighty, so a little bit later, here's what we've got. We've got the second floor, if you will, put in. Started working on outlining the roof line. Hopefully it will match up at least somewhat close with over here. And then I think what I'm actually going to do is maybe copy a similar point to this with the 2 as opposed to the, so like stair, block, stair, upside down, stair, block, stair, upside down, stair, block, etc. Instead of just stair, upside down, stair, stair, upside down, stair, stair, upside down, stair. Depending on like this gap, actually I may do just the regular stair now that I sit back and look at it, so it's a little bit shorter so that the tower that is going to go up around the little killing chambers there is going to go. So it'll be another tower similar to the one we've got right there with the mob farm in it, kind of around that, just with nothing inside. And then we're going to connect in the deep slate roof, kind of like that. And just go up and then have it come out a little bit. I think I'm going to do a stone bit in the front here, like a little entryway, and then have the point on the front of that. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting on some of the, get started on getting some of that in, excuse me, and we'll join back up and see kind of what I come up with. I'm going to do bits of the roof first probably, just so I can kind of try to figure out the best way to go about connecting things. But yeah, I think it's going to look really good, and it'll make it kind of a nice little entry right here. So fingers crossed it comes out looking okay, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so here's what we've got so far. I did a little bit of some andesite trim coming out the front here to make a front little entryway. Got the roof put in. Have not yet decided how I'm going to connect this up, but shouldn't be too difficult. Just kind of did the basic same, 3x3 as we've got over here, and then we can work in another little window bit right there probably. The roof overall is coming along. I have to step kind of far back here to be able to see it. As you can see, we've got our roof, we've got our 2 towers lined out, so that way there's nothing there for the iron golems to spawn on. They have to kind of spawn inside the box. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I'm just going to go back up and continue getting some of the roof in. Also have to kind of figure out what we're going to do with the back of the building. I haven't decided if I want to kind of replicate what we've got in the front, or maybe leave this open for something else and just kind of put like a temporary little retaining wall here until we decide what we actually want to do. But yeah, overall, I just got to get that filled in, finish up a little bit of roof work, mainly over here, so kind of continue those along. And then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all that in, and then we'll join back up and have a look at everything. Alrighty, so I got the build, well, at least the exterior of the build completed. We did a nice stone facade here. Maybe we'll do some sort of like clock for the center there. I figured I would do a fancy kind of front because we come up from this way, and the path is ideally going to be leading from this door over to that door, probably down along this way over towards a little bridge to the starter house, and then we'll continue out that direction, maybe some that direction, and maybe do something with the birch forest over there. But overall, here's what we've got. Just do a quick walk around. So we've got, the andesite and stone front building, and then this building over here, pretty similar. I think I need to put some cross beams across and maybe some windows up in the upper bits there. But for now, it's fine. The back, kind of similar. I left this back part flat just in case we wanted to expand the building out or add something different here. I don't know what these dimensions are, but they may or may not be right to do an auto smelter. So that could be something that we look into, or at least, 2 rows of 16 or something like that. But yeah, then just, looping around. I need to terraform all this grass right here down, but same thing again, we need to get the lines kind of going across at some point. However, now I figured this would be a good time to go back in and turn the farm on and make sure that no iron golems are spawning where they are not supposed to. So basically every platform in here is slabbed, so there are no exposed full blocks that a zombie or a iron golem could potentially spawn on. So, and hopefully they don't spawn on the roof, because those are also not full blocks or stair blocks. So just go ahead and click this on, and And then we'll kind of just back up here and see if we actually start getting some golems in the chambers here. So I'm just going to watch here for a minute, probably time lapse. Oh, yep, there we go. Perfect. So both the golems you can see spawned on either side right away. Actually, inside the farm, they didn't spawn anywhere down here, which is good, which means that we can actually go through and, you know, decorate this place a little bit better. Think about doing some kind of maybe like fancy tiled floor. Haven't decided yet. But what matters is we've got a iron farm, or I should say a double iron farm that is going to be chugging along here. So we'll have plenty of hoppers. Get all my miscellaneous stuff that fell into the water streams when I was building. So yeah, no, this is great. That perfect. Another one right there. We'll see if we get another one over here. But yeah, no, this thing's just going to be cranking along as we're building around the area. So that's great. We'll have tons of iron, which we can use for some of the other projects that we got coming up. I know we still need to do a super smelter that requires quite a bit of hoppers. So that'll be one that we can do here pretty soon. Honey and Honeycomb farms are another one that I'd really like to get in here sooner than later. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. I've got a list, you know, written in the other room of all the different farms and stuff that we need to do. I was actually thinking probably the next one that we'll do, maybe even this episode here, depending on how the timing's looking. Oh, you would spawn right there. Get out of here. But depending on how the timing's looking, I was thinking maybe if there's room, because this is a center block, we can come 1, 2, 3, 4 out. So if this is actually 18 by 18, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, we could actually get a melon and pumpkin farm put in right here. Since each one just requires a small little 9x9 space, I think I'll actually go and start putting together the materials, and maybe that's how we'll either continue this episode or continue the next episode. I'm gonna have to see how long the footage is currently looking, but yeah, so that's the plan. Let me go ahead and just do a brief little cut here, gather some things, and we'll be back with you. Okay, so I'm back inside the building with the mob farm and the sugarcane farm, and I have started laying out some of the area for our melon and pumpkin farm. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to dig a 9 by 10 hole. I mean, I'm doing a separate farm for each one. You can combine them into the same farm if you want and just do one 9 by 10 hole. But 9 by 10, too deep. So I like to put stone at the bottom, just so if I'm digging underneath, I know that there is redstone or something important on top of that. So we got to come over here to this side. I've got so this is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, on the side that has 10, you're going to have your hoppers, and then one block out, you're going to dig a 2 deep channel all the way along. And then me personally, again, like I said, I like to, actually, no, this is supposed to be 2 deep, so I actually have to dig it 3 deep so I can put my bricks down at the bottom to set my redstone torches on. So we're gonna go along here, put down our bricks, and then we'll get rid of that one, and then we're gonna dig out these just because I like it to look nice, even if I'm not gonna see it. And then we'll just start filling those in with bricks as well. A lot of bricks. I have some more in here. Yep. Get those, and then we'll come and just finish this up. We'll do the other side. And we'll brick it up. Perfect, and then we're going to need some redstone torches. So I'm going to grab 10 of those for that 10 gap. And then we're going to put these all the way along down here. And then we can cover these up with a solid block. Oops. And this is where our powered rails are actually going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other side and start getting the next step done. Alrighty, so I got the collection system put in. So basically you've got your 9x10 hole. I like to leave a gap around the edge so that there's no friction against the minecarts, just to prevent them from stopping arbitrarily. But basically, yeah, we've got ourselves all set up here. The hoppers are going to come out into a hopper line that way, with chests coming out to the front here, and then there'll be kind of like a little step down into this area. But basically, we're left with a 9x9 hole, since the 10th block is covered, and we've got that on both sides. So now what I've got to go ahead and do is grab my dirt, probably a lot of dirt, and then we have to go and fill in the 9x9 hole and place a stair or waterloggable block in the very center of the 9x9. So the 5th block in every direction. So you can have the farmland, because a hydrated block will go 4 blocks each direction to make a 9x9 square, and that's where we are going to be having our farms. So I'm going to go ahead and get the dirt in and get started on the next step, and then we'll be right back and we'll have a look at it. Alrighty, so I've got the dirt in, and in the middle here under this glowstone block we have a waterlogged stair at the dirt level, and then basically you're going to go around, and not the corner but in one, you're going to place a glowstone here, not the corner but in one, a glowstone there, not the corner but in one, a glowstone there, not the corner but in one, the glowstone there, and then it'll duplicate. If you're doing 2 farms, it's basically just the same thing on both sides. Then you're going to want to start at the corners and till your way into the center, and then every other block to create a checkerboard pattern. And basically this will give your melons and pumpkins a spot where you can plant it, and then a spot on either of the 4 sides for it to actually grow into. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting all of this land here nice and tilled and ready to go. As you can see, it's all hydrating the way it's supposed to. So we got that side all done, and then over here, just to show you, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 in from the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 in from the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 in from the corners, and then every other block to create a nice little grid. So boom, 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 and boom. And you should have, oh, I missed a spot. Boom, 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 boom. And there you should have something that looks something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting on the next step put in, and then I will come back and explain it to you, and we can keep this farm going. Alrighty, now that we got all of our seeds planted, we got melons on this side, pumpkins on this side. What you do is you come up from your center glowstone 2 blocks, and then you build a platform over all of the dirt. And the reason for doing this is so when you get your pistons out, which are going to go above the dirt blocks, you're going to place them at the edge like that so they're facing down directly above the dirt. So you're going to skip a block, place it on the corner, skip a block, place it on the corner, skip a block, place it on the corner, and so on and so forth until you are completely filled up and have a piston facing down above every dirt block. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those in, and then we will go to the next step. Okay, so at this point we should have something like this. Basically, every dirt block has a piston looking down at it, and then you've got a 2-high wall of glass all the way around. So now the next step for this farm, assuming you're on Java, if you're on Bedrock, what you're going to want to do is actually build this outside, and then you're going to cover the whole top of this with redstone dust, and then you're going to place 2 blocks above. On top of those, you're going to put the you're going to go up 2, and then you're going to put daylight sensors with observers looking into those, so every time the day-night cycle changes, it'll trigger the redstone and fire the pistons. But since we are on Java edition, what we are instead going to do is remove all of these planks, and then we are going to grab our observers, and we are going to place those looking down at each of these little sprouts. And the easiest way to do it is you can just barely see the hitbox for the sprout, and you just kind of gotta aim down and click on that hitbox when you're standing up on the top here. And that way all your observers will be observing your sprouts, and every time one has a block state change, so every time it grows or produces a pumpkin, it will update the whole thing, and then all the pistons will fire and harvest all of the pumpkins. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this replaced with the observers, and then I'll join back up with you and show you the next step. Alrighty, so we have got all of our observers in, all of our pistons in, and now basically the last step to finishing up this farm is we are just going to go and place a redstone dust on all of the observers. So pretty easy, just look for the red dots, place the red dust on the red dots, and you're good to go. And you can hear it's already starting to do stuff. Unfortunately, it will take a little bit of time for the pumpkin and melon sprouts to fully mature and start producing pumpkins and melons. You could use a trapdoor to wiggle your way down in there and bone meal the stems if you really wanted to. But, I mean, with how many other projects I'm going to be working on in this area, it shouldn't be an issue. I think this thing will just be up and running in no time. So boom, just like that. Every time one of these updates, we'll see if we can catch it here, all of the pistons will fire. So anytime any of these little stems change, up there it went. And it basically gets the pistons around it. So all I got to do now is kind of clean up the collection system here a little bit, and we'll be all set to go. I did add this little bit right here, which is in case the minecarts ever get stuck. This way you can come down and do maintenance on it. So that's always a helpful little bit to have there. But so I'm basically just going to continue this hopper chain down this way. I did space it out, as you will see here. So 1 block gap, because this is a powered block and I did not want to accidentally lock the hopper by having it next to the redstone torch. So yeah, all in all, we just got to get the collection system in, and we got plenty of time because this thing's not going to be collecting anything anytime soon. So that being said, I'm going to get to work, and then I'll come back and show you what I've got. Alrighty, so I got the farms all finished up. Actually, I should probably sleep here real quick. It is nighttime, but as you can see, we've got the farms all up and running. We've got the collection system down here, so everything is all set up. We've got our little emergency access point right here, so if we ever need to get the rails started, no issues there. Got a little staircase to get out, so that keeps that nice and sealed off. You can come down the stairs here, and we've already started getting some pumpkins, and we've already started getting some melons. So overall, I'm quite happy with the way this farm turned out, and actually it looks like we'll have quite a bit of room above it for other things, seeing as how I built it somewhat down into the ground. So yeah, overall I am pretty happy with how this is coming out. You know, eventually at some point we're gonna have to decorate this room. Still no dripstone, not sure what's going on there, but yeah, I think that's where we're actually going to call it for today. Thanks for joining me once again. Don't forget to like the video, get subscribed, hit that bell button so you're notified next time the video comes out. Just in case the bell button doesn't notify, you can also check out my Twitter at EVGA. And if you're interested in watching me stream, it's twitch.tv/EVGA. All that will be in the link in the description below and on the end card. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching again. You have a great day. Bye-bye.